What's up, y'all? It's Fearsome here. We're taking a look at the new hybrid melee musketeer setup. This is kind of an updated version of the video I made years back because there have been some notable changes to the game. Mostly this right here, the Dutchman's floating hat, which you get from the new Obsidian Flying Dutchman, which you fight in Terra Primata Skyway over by the Summer Palace in Monquista. Make sure you have an Obsidian key and you bring your A game because it is one of the harder fights in the entire game right now. And yeah, there's no second chance chest, so prepare to farm. Let me tell you that. There are many people who wish they had this hat, but it is pretty much the cornerstone of this entire setup. So yeah, it's particularly good because Musketeers have insane accuracy. Look at that, almost 200 accuracy. Now, the class that originally gets it, Buccaneer, if you have 120 accuracy, that's good Buccaneer accuracy. Okay, so you understand why this particular hat is absolutely insane. Not only that is, look, Musketeers get these, okay? So even if you get reduced, you can just shoot them with one of these and you're not going to miss. Not very often. It's GG for the other guy. Okay. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to be showing you pieces of gear that I like to use. Maybe I'll make a couple of suggestions because I know a lot of y'all like to deviate a little bit. So I'll be going over all of that. I'll be going over what you want to train, and I'll be showing you my deck, and I'll be showing you my companions. Now, this does require a good pet, to be honest, because Hybrid Melee Musketeer, it kind of needs a burst fire and relentless pet at the very least, and this pet is godly. Okay, it has pretty much everything you could ever want from a Hybrid Melee Musketeer pet. Okay, now I am live quite often, at least I have been lately, so catch me during one of those, and I'll be happy to morph this pet out. Okay. Um, It is very tedious, and honestly, the Pirate101 pet system needs a little bit of a rework. Definitely needs to be looked into. Um, but yeah, I'll be hoping to help you out as much as I can as far as getting this pet, okay? Alright, so for the hat, obviously this one doesn't change. This is the epitome of the hybrid melee musketeer setup, the new one. Okay, coat, honestly recommend having this one right here, or at least one Valor armor, however you get it. This one is very easy to get. You farm anything that's level 20 in a group of 4. I was farming for the Santa Rana's hat, okay, in the Manor Ballroom in Santa Polo. And I was farming in a group of 4 and I got this to drop. So this is what I would recommend for the coat, although you can deviate. As you see, I have another option right here. Okay? But this is what I would recommend. Valor's armor is really good because you can pretty much apply it anywhere on the field. It has infinite range. It can allow you to have the benefits of Turn the Tide or Elusive without having the low health. And it cushions chains because when you critical off of it, when someone criticals onto it, it doesn't chain onto anything else. Like there's no double tap or no blade storm that procs off of it. Okay, so those are the benefits of having Valor armor. So I recommend having it. PvE, PvP. It's good to have, okay? Especially for hybrid melee musketeer, because they charge in. Sometimes they get themselves into some sticky situations. So have one of these, okay? It can be boosted by Old Scratch, so that's another benefit. Okay? Okay. That's why I recommend having this coat. It's super easy to get. Boot wise, this is what I recommend for boots because it is also super easy to get. Okay? You get this from the Skull Island Bazaar for gold. Okay? It gives a nice bit of health, which helps make your class tanky, and it gives you a much needed revive because this class doesn't come with a boatload of heals. Okay? So that's what I would recommend. Now you're free to do whatever you want. Here's some other boots that I use sometimes. Okay? These are all viable options. I rarely use the Imperial Boots of Movement Shoe. Now, honestly, these boots right here are the best in the entire game, but this kind of defeats the purpose of playing a hybrid melee musketeer, okay? It really does. Because the whole point is to charge in and chain things. Okay. As for boots. Weapon-wise, you have some options here. If you want something that's fairly low hassle, you can get this here from the Crown Shop. See, go to weapons, scroll down, somewhere down there. Yeah, there it is. Let's see how many crowns it is. Oh, look, see? Level 70. Well, that's level 65. I think it's further down. Oh, this is level 70. Okay, see? It's like 6,000 crowns. Not that bad. Much, much better than farming several hours of your life away. This one right here isn't too hard to get, but the dungeon you get it from, Burns Rebellion, it doesn't have a second chance chest, okay? The dungeon you get this one right here from, this one does have a second chance chest, okay? So some people prefer to farm this. That's completely up to you, okay? Alright, then there's this one right here. You get this one from the daily quest. It basically doubles your movement and puts barrels around you, which can be useful in many situations. Those are just some options. Honestly, there are probably a couple more I'm not thinking of right now, but those are a couple of options I recommend. This is what I would say is most ideal, though. Okay? Alrighty. For the... Oh, I almost forgot the eye patch. This is pretty much the best eye patch for Hybrid Melee Musketeer, okay? There are other viable options, as I said, a lot of people will have the St. Fido's eye patch, but Assassin Strike, those are good, okay? You don't get those easily. Now, you probably won't get this to drop, so here are a couple of other ones I use. This one right here, or you can do the other one with the other pattern, whatever it's called. It drops to, and then there's a Sinbad one that gives sniper shot. So those are some options you might want to look at. But to be honest, this eye patch is the best for Hyper Melee Musketeer. Totem, I like to go with the Hail of Cannonballs and Super Strike from the Tower of Moo Manchu. Here are some other options, this one right here and this one right here. This is what I prefer, okay, because I have my healing slot for my boots. So I don't think I really need another one for most situations. Okay? You want a Valor Fortress because you're going to be charging in the fights. This one right here is what I would recommend in most situations. You are free to change it out. Here's, one piece of gear I sometimes switch it out for when I like to have a quick adjust and a true grit. You could also go with another heal. You could go with the Assassin Strike and flanking. This is especially good if you're doing a lot of PvE. In fact, I would actually go with this one instead if I'm doing PvE. If you know how flanking works, this is especially good. Okay? Onto the rings. This is pretty much the best ring, okay? PvP, PvE, because it gives you the extra tankiness, it gives you the whole line. For PvP, it also gives a Valor Fortress. So, pretty much beats everything else out there, but here are some other rings I sometimes use from time to time. Yeah. That's it as far as gear goes, y'all. If you have any questions, please reach out to me via the comments, and I'll do the best I can to answer those questions. Alright, let's take a look at the powers. So, first of all, you gotta train Relentless, and you gotta train Burst Fire from the Hidden Trainer in Devilfish Hollow. As you can see, I did that. You'll also want to train Fast Rank 2. You can do that at the Swashbuckler Trainer. Okay? And you will also want to train the Walk in Shadows And I think I also trained the sneak attack from the swashbuckler trainer. Okay. I picked up mighty charge from the buccaneer trainer. I forgot exactly what else I used my other training points for, but to be honest, that doesn't matter too much. But yeah, that's pretty much what I trained. Those are the important things that I train. Okay, here's a look at a good deck setup. You always put your Tempest of Torpedoes up front just because you charge in. Sometimes, it's nice to have these, especially if you don't want something charging up behind you. You still have this, okay? The beauty of a hybrid melee musketeer setup is, first of all, the accuracy and the insane chains, but second of all, the fact that you can still bomb stuff and use AoE attacks. Kind of give you the best of both worlds. Okay, this right here decreases accuracy, making this ability right here, the Reckless Frenzy, even better. Okay, but yeah, that is a good deck setup. Let's go ahead and take a look at the companions. Um, there are several you can use. This is a, oh gosh, this is a bad old scratch setup. I don't know why I went with armor. Okay, everything else looks good. Okay, it's good enough because Scratch pretty much only uses Mojo Flow, but I would have gone with more rough. Would have put more rough in there, to be honest. I need to reset this. Um, here's the Chantel. This is pretty much what I would recommend for Chantel. Katessi can be a little more flexible if you're using her for team PvP. I would honestly go with Relend 2 and Blade 2 instead of this, but this is more of a defensive setup for PvP. So, yeah, those are two companions used commonly. In ranked PvP, it would pretty much be this team: Old Scratch, Chantel, Livingston, Contessa. So I've been winning some matches on it recently, even though, Old Scratch isn't set up in the most ideal way. Okay. Here's Nausicaa. She's also great, especially when you're facing privateers. Gornando, also terrific. And here's a look at Exeter. He's another one I use from time to time. And we have Bonnie Ann. Bonnie Ann, I could also go with the Overwatch rank 3 quick draw. So quick draw rank 3. It is what it is. But those are the most commonly used companions for this class. Okay, y'all. Anywho, it's been fun making this video. Let me know if y'all have any thoughts about this new setup. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.